YouTube and get the live stream going then. So Emily, you've got the record button.
Yep, and starting my couple things here.
Like I said, this section should be about 20 minutes or so.
Recording in progress.
And we're going live. Stuff, and we are a great time on the last Saturday of January 2024 this year, and a lot of good things have been happening. A lot of good hop into our friends that are joining us. So a couple quick updates. We have a lot going on Monday night. It is a live broadcast. It's at 6:30 p.m. Central. Invictus Games will be taking Vancouver in 2025. So what is, you can see here as I share it, they're offering a global platform range and profile of winter adaptive sport. I'm just going to go ahead and read this. This is actually from Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. I'm also pleased to share that the games in Canada will be held in partnership with Spirit of Truth and Reconciliation with Indigenous communities. Televising all of this channel. So huge shout out to the things going on with what Jay Stoyan is bringing together and all the promoting with the Invictus Games in Canada. Amazing. I can hardly wait. Lots more to come, but want to make sure of that, and it's exciting. I love it. There's so many good things coming down the pipe with that. Follow and find out more about the Disability Channel. You know, they're super easy to find. Just search for the Disability. You will find them there. Go ahead and like them. You'll find all of the things that they have going on. It will obviously be in your feed once you are a follower. So Facebook and also on LinkedIn. Super easy. The Disability Channel. So it pops right up. Click on that. And just like that, you can go ahead and follow, and you can find out, you can follow them, connect with them, stay in tune with all the things going on, because there is coming up in this coming year, we're going to and the Vancouver Games, or the Invictus Games in Vancouver. It is going to be worthwhile. You definitely want to stay tuned and stay on top of all the cool things coming down the way. Okay, so we have some great friends joining us. Actually, Emily, I'm wondering if you want to be introducing our guests that we have here today. Emily, come on in and take the reins.
Welcome everyone. I guess we will start with Marianne. We went through the Happy Neighborhood Project. She was in Hawaii, but is now in Mexico.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome, Earl. I you joining us here as well. We're just bringing our guests on in to say hello. Go ahead, Emily.
And yeah, hi, girl. And so Marianne is a author, app developer, sign language interpreter, and so on. And I'm going to take a couple minutes to say who you are, what you do, or any more about what you do.
Well, thank you, Emily, Sue, and Kurt Roscoff. I've known you for several years now through the Happy Neighborhood projects, where I was a co-host and the sign language interpreter we've been on. And yes, I am the author of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 full humanist puppets, animal characters. And right there is a foundation out of California, where Captain Moore, Captain Charles, 1997, was sailing across in the Trans-Pacific sailboat every 2 years. They leave California to Waikiki and Honolulu, Hawaii Yacht Club, and he noticed this great Pacific garbage patch. All this plastic around, their boats were getting entangled with it, their motors. Just imagine what is happening with the marine life. And I don't think you would want to live in a plastic pile like that out there floating around the world. And there's also several gyres around it. A great organization that we partnered with in the back of my book. We also post you to get copies of this. And yeah, that's some of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So there were several around the world. And we rededicated the Underwater Acts of Kindness book for a young man who is from Europe, who was swimming down south in the Caribbean, I believe, and he realized that there was more plastic than fish in the water. So he created a machine called Jenny, and we've rededicated to book his organization as well. And so the vision and mission is to write a sequel book called Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change, featuring a whale named Waterflow the Whale with Leanne McLaughlin, Clean Water Foundation, and Gyra Jenny, and we have a penguin. Last week was Penguins Day. We have a penguin called Mr. Penmanship, who in support of Greenpeace movement for everyone to write letters to, end climate change or do what we can do. So we have a lot of different environmental organizations coming all together. With Leanne McLaughlin, he brings filters to 40 countries worldwide, especially schools, clinics, hospitals. He's always looking for new projects, which we just found one here, Sue, in San Carlos. I had a friend that I had met down here, Lorianne, who is actually an amazing painter. She has an online business of membership clients. And she came over for lunch this week. We had a meeting with Leon. And we discussed about their local parent head group who fundraises, and they needed an environmental charity. So we're working on having a fundraiser, getting my book shipped down here to San Carlos, Mexico, and the Folkman as puppets, and selling the products. And then that money would go towards the units for the filters. And we have in mind to start out with here in San Carlos is an orphanage. So Universe provided, because I went down and played some cards with some Canadian ladies, and one of the ladies locally, grandparents managed an orphanage here in San Carlos. So the universe is just bopping me around to the next person, or emails are coming up about different groups. There's a Girl Scout group in California that are deaf young ladies, I'd say around 8 to 10 years old. They're in the Girl Scouts. And we want to get these books to them because they're doing amazing things, getting awards for the youth who are doing a being of service and ocean cleanup. And I have another book called Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony, where these young ladies got to go visit equestrian therapy riding. And this book is called Righteous Acts of Kindness, featuring Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony, who is a deaf rider. So again, I see the vision and mission of bringing these books into animation movies, and no one has done that with sign language characters. And we have a soundtrack, and we're looking forward to receiving some funding from Leanne McLaughlin and Clean Water Foundation to write the sequel book. So the good news is that all classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies from my books and coloring books now on Donors Choose. It's called donorschoose.org. And I had a special education teacher in Hawaii tell me about it. She requested 50 books of underwater acts of kindness for ocean cleanup. Amazon sent them. She got funded in 2 weeks. People came in and donated. She got funded in 2 weeks. The kids received the books. I went out after a month after they reread the books, and we talked about ocean cleanup. We passed around the Polk Manus puppets. I taught them the finger spelling alphabet. So Sue, I don't know if you can bring on YouTube Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, who does the ABC alphabet. And he teaches Noah the ABC alphabet. And so we have now 10 app games that I created during the pandemic through funding, and everybody can go and play them for free. They're actually online courses. So I know you're an instructor too. So you read the chapter of the book, you learn the finger spelling alphabet, and you go play the games. And it's from spelling to counting how many floating life jackets in water to how many golf balls are on the golf, and how many rainbows are there for the Hawaiian polo pony, and how many polo mats. It's just so much fun. I think it's very creative, and I think that this is what the world needs. So I'm going to pass it over to our other guests here. Thank you, Earl, for I know you have a radio show. I know we would like to get Lynn McLaughlin interviewed in your area and this worldwide. So thank you so much. I'm Marianne of Waikiki, and go out and play.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Always good to hear the great updates of what's going on in your world, because we've got so many things going. And I really appreciate the sharing too of, I've heard about the great garbage patch in the Pacific, but until I really started talking about this with you and hearing more, that's the first I've seen it. It's massive. It's crazy. I cannot believe what's going on, and I appreciate it coming to light too, because people need to understand what's going on in our world. We're all so absorbed in what's right immediately in front of us, but there's so much more. So, Emily, would you like to go ahead and introduce our next guest, please?
I think maybe we'll move to Kansas City area now, south of here, with Deby Miller with LegalShield. We also met her through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And so, Deby, why don't you come here and say a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Thank you, Emily and Sue. Thank you for this new platform to be on. I didn't even realize about this being here. I have been with LegalShield now for 18 years of a 52-year-old company, and I love that we are here to not just make money, but to actually help families and friends with their small businesses have access to law firms so they know what their rights are. And one of those majors is to actually have a will written. At least 60% of North Americans do not have a will, which is very sad. A lot of us think that, well, I don't have very much, so I don't need a will. And actually, you probably need a will more than a lot of other people because of the family disruption that it causes without the will. But actually, we all need a will. Even your 18-year-old should be the one to decide who's going to get his gaming things or his car should he be gone and died. He's the one who should be deciding who gets his property. And so having a will, and as part of our program, just because you're our member, you're able to have a will written. And I love that it's not an extra cost. My mother-in-law spent $3,000 to get Dad's name off of her will. So even if you have a will, you might need to have it updated. And so instead of spending those big bucks to do it, have LegalShield review it and make sure it still says what you need it to say. And there's so many other things. Of course, some of us drive like a teenager, or maybe you actually have teenagers, and so that's always so a good way to help protect your family that way. So I'm just here to help all of us know what our rights are and keep safe. Thanks, Emily and Sue.
Well, I'd like to give a testimony to you, Debbie, because I got LegalShield in Honolulu, Hawaii. And while I was sailing from San Diego to Cabo San Lucas, I kept getting about 28 emails about people asking me where this sewing machine was. And I'm like, what? And my bank account got drained, $400. And so I immediately, contacted PayPal, and these people kept asking me, and I had LegalShield, so I called Honolulu. The attorneys are amazing. They're really helpful. They get right on the ball to write out a letter in my behalf to represent me, demand the money back, and to my bank of Hawaii, and we got that all taken care of. However, I kept getting these emails, and I wasn't really. I responded to a couple. I said, "Listen, this is a bogus PayPal. I had nothing to do with it, and I did get one Hawaiian lady that responded and said, I'm glad you told me because I was going to flash your name on great. Recommend LegalShield Honolulu. So thanks.
Fantastic. And now we do have one more person joining us. I want to give him a chance to come on in as well. So Emily, you got one more introduction in you there?
So now we're going to move over with Earl, who is internet radio, and so I have a podcasters conference going. So I want you to come in here and go over what you do.
I'm Waterloo, Iowa, and I'm just next neighbor to Sue, and then also to Debbie. And basically, I'm an internet radio host. I'm a podcaster, full-time DJ, the owner of Nightwolf Event DJ service, as well as the Midwest Plainsman podcast. And I'm a coaching consultant. I'm getting to work with small business owners and helping them to create their own podcast and or short videos so that they can grow their business. And this afternoon, I'm going to be live, going live on my radio set here in about 10 minutes. That's going to be on Crucial Sounds Radio. So yeah, I'm going to be spending time on the radio as I'm spending time here and getting to share everything about what everybody's doing here, as well as talking about what I've got going on over here. Yes, I the conference, plus I'm also planning a first annual magical celebration that's going to be taking place October 20th, Iowa, at the Electric Park Ballroom.